Much better.
Much better.
Much better. Much better.
Oh, fucking hell. I forgot it was UK for a second. But yeah, we already did that. Hello, divas. And welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I finished the drink I had, so I'm just drinking water.
Wonderful.
And I added some lemon to it today because I wanted to be fancy.
You're so fancy.
Thank you, I know.
And hello, and hi, cheerio. I am Lana, your resident diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I also am just drinking water because hydration is important. And when you're under the weather, water is all you can drink. So that's what I've been drinking. Water. Great. But I'm going to have me some tea later, and I'm going to drink it in my cup mug. Cup mug. Cup mug. And as you see, all of us have one, and you can have one too. If you go to lanagcreations.etsy.com, you can get you this lovely cup mug or any other cup merch that we have. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. Perfect.
And I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I decided to wear my shirt of one of the, if not the most robbed queen ever from Drag Race UK.
Damn right. I already know who it is.
She should not have gone home. She should not have been in the bottom. She should have been high. But that is the lovely Miss Dakota Schiffer.
My favorite.
Yes. Dakota's one of my absolute favorites.
I love Dakota.
What a beautiful queen. Robbed, very much so. I am drinking water.
A bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
I hate us so much.
I do too. And
we are here. We are back. It's Drag Race UK. UK, hun. Lana's not.
Bing, bang.
Kind of.
Bing, bang, bong. Mm-hmm.
Yes, all the things. It is episode 2, Drag Race UK. RuPaul's on the stage, and someone went home.
No, they didn't.
This week.
Oh, last week.
Oh,
I was coming.
I'm talking about this week.
Oh,
I was on Lana's page.
I was jumping back. I thought we were jumping to where we start previously on Drag Race.
No one went home.
No one went home.
There we go. But before we talk more about no one going home, subscribe.
You should do that.
Thank you.
You should do that.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you're here. Might as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Dave. But yes, so we come back in the workroom. No one's gone home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Dee is like, I'm sorry, Alexis. And what she didn't say is, I'm sorry that I was wrong and you were in the top.
Could we talk about what's her name? Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Seasoned queen, not Kate Bush.
Ginger.
Ginger. She's Ginger. Okay. I thought
the one with all the work or without all the work.
Ginger is who it is because I was gonna say Ginger, but I was like, am I thinking France? Is it not Ginger? But
no, it is Ginger.
Ginger.
See, now you see what it's like when everyone has the same damn name.
Yeah, I was very.
It's like
I was like, I don't want to say it, and
there's
it's
like
not
6 different crystals.
He'll be like,
Literally, I think
and
well,
everybody be like, wrong franchise.
5.
I didn't want to, but Ginger. So when we got back into the workroom and everybody was sitting there and they were like, anybody feel like things weren't represented or misjudged or and Ginger was like, Dee Dee for saying that Alexis was going to lip sync when she didn't and was at the top. And Dee Dee was like, oh, well, first of all, I didn't.
Gooped.
I was like, oh, she gathered her, put her in a ball, and threw her against the wall. I was like, oops, he gathered her. I was like, girl, but yeah, you did kind of, girl. She kind of called you out. She's like, I apologize, Alexis, because I shouldn't have said that you would be in the bottom. And Alexis was like, no, because I was at the top C. And it was like, yes. And I was wrong. She was,
Should she have been in the top? Questionable. Was she in the top?
Yes. Yes.
I still would not have put her in the top personally.
And the thing is, like, people make incorrect predictions like this all the time on Drag Race. I don't know why it's such a big storyline. Like, even the next day, they come back and they're talking about it again. And I'm like, can we get over this
I
already?
think it was only a storyline because Alexis made it a storyline and she spiraled and took everything Dee Dee said to heart. And I would have been like, girl, you got to toughen up and be like, girl, say what you want to say. But I'm at the top and you was at the bottom. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but she was like, she made it a big deal and she spiraled and was like, I can't believe she said something like that. Suck it up, girl.
And I think it was Cara Melle that's like, we all predicted she was going to be at the bottom too.
Yes, exactly. She's like, we all said that. So why would we just gonna go come for her just because? Okay. And like you say, the next day they still were talking about it and was like, how do you feel, Alexis? I'm fine. Today better than yesterday. My confidence is
y'all better watch out because my confidence is at a 10. I'm like, good.
Foreshadowing.
That's
anyway.
when I knew she was going home.
I was like, oopsie.
We get RuPaul walking in, being RuPaul. You know, I have to say, I don't always love RuPaul hosting, but there was something about this episode I was like, oh, RuPaul is back. And it felt like RuPaul was being RuPaul again. And I was like, oh, this is lovely. This is nice. Like, it felt like fun, lively, life of the party RuPaul and not like, I hate everyone, I'm pessimistic RuPaul, which is kind of what we got all of UK season 4. So I was like, oh, RuPaul, yes. I think they probably gave RuPaul a little bit more of a break between filming All Stars and UK. Plus, I think she had just come off of Jimbo winning, and she loves Jimbo. So I think things were a little bit nicer.
She was in a better mood.
RuPaul was in a much better mood. She had her positive coffee enema over these 2 days that they filmed this episode. Did y'all notice the cuts to the queen that is not in this season? Multiple moments in this episode, because I caught them this time, and one in particular, and we'll talk about it later. And I was like, oh, they really can't edit around her in this moment. Oh no.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I didn't notice it as much this episode, but there was a time where I think somebody was talking and they did not cut to the person talking. And I'm like, oh yeah, they can't show them, I guess, because she's probably in the shot too.
Yeah. I think it was Tomara talking.
I think so.
Because when they all come back into the workroom, I'm pretty sure she who shall not be named was sitting like right in front of Tomara. So like Tamara's talking, and you can clearly tell it's Tomara because of her accent. But it's like, we can't cut to Tamara.
Well, they cut to her afterwards, but it's like
when she's walking away, she's like, these rotted ass wings. But the entire rest of the conversation is like, you don't see Tamara.
I did see that, but I didn't pay that much attention.
Oh, and there's an even more obvious moment later on the runway. We'll talk about it. I was like, oh, they really did the absolute best that they could in this moment. Oh no. But I think this is the last episode we have to worry about that. I think
so.
I'm pretty sure. So we get a mini challenge where it's pass the bag.
Pass the bag. Mm-hmm.
And it's just shady questions.
Some shady, some nice.
Some shady, some nice. Lana, what were some of your favorite questions?
My favorite question was, who is what was it? Perfect? Who thinks they're perfect, but their drag is not really?
And it was
And it was
Ginger.
Ginger, and she was
Like
like,
of all people. And then of
and
course.
she walks. She gets down to where Cara Melle is, and Banksy, and Banksy's like, turn around, and she was
around.
So she turned, and she's like, "You bitch!" I gave it to DeDe. I
was like, you've got to be joking right now.
I think I laughed so loud.
I was like, but of course.
I was like, Ginger is killing me in this episode, and we just started. Oh, it's so funny.
I told you, Lana, the UK girls, if they're going to do nothing else, they're going to make you laugh.
Oh, they have. Oh, they made.
I got a hearty laugh later on.
I got a hearty laugh.
Was it about Linda the Magic Horse?
No, it was near Linda the Magic Horse.
I got some.
I yeah. So
funny,
we get the bag moving, and then it lands on Tomara, and she pulls out a bag, and it just says winner. So, according to RuPaul, Tomara Thomas won the mini challenge.
Sure, she won past the bag.
That's good for my draft. That's not the cup draft.
No, it's good for my draft. That is the cup draft. So I said, "Oh yay! This doesn't matter, but yay, she's on my team." Yay.
I didn't draft, so it doesn't matter to me at all.
Right.
Oh, I am the only person here that drafted. That is.
Yep.
Looking at all of you that are not here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we get our maxi challenge, which is my favorite challenge, the unconventional materials challenge. And we are taking pet shop supplies and turning them into pet shop girls couture.
Mm-hmm.
And for winning the mini challenge, Tomara, usually it would be, you get a 15-second head start. I love what they did here.
I kind of like
where
that
Ru
too.
was like, Tomara, you get to pre-select one item, and you get to bring a friend along who also gets to pre-select one item. And in my mind, I was like, oh, she's picking Cara. She didn't pick Cara?
No.
Because she picked DeDe because she knows DeDe can sew.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about all the bullshit that comes from that. But, and then it was what? DeDe took the cheetah print that she didn't even use.
Yeah.
That was her pre-selected item.
Yeah.
And Tomara picked the feathers, which
she did use. Thank God she
used. The only thing keeping her look together in my opinion.
Those feathers.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But and then everybody runs for it. Blah 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 blah. What I loved here too is as we move into like the designing portion, we saw a lot of people swapping their items.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's really fun. So I think it was Banksie and Michael.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, if you're not using that black and white, I'll take that." And
I have this that I think is going to work a little bit better with your garment. Let's swap. And I was like, yeah, I love these moments. They probably had to fill it with something because it might have been an edited moment from the other person. But, and then the drama. So, I think it was Ginger. Again, Ginger in the middle of all the drama, but not in the drama. I love it. Yeah, her and Kate are the pot stirrers, and I love it.
They will stir it and walk away.
Literally. But Ginger is like, Cara, how you feeling, babes? And she's like, well, I'm feeling a certain type of way because my housemate did not pick me for the challenge and claimed it's because DeDe knows how to sew when I also know how to sew. Gag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, ooh, well. And she was like, well, I mean, I didn't know that you knew how to sew. I'm not seeing anything you sew.
And all of this gets spurred by... Can we just... I can't believe I skipped... I thought this happened before the other things, but no. Because they're working, and RuPaul comes into the workroom and says, I have a special guest. Edward Enninful, the editor-in-chief of British Vogue and the first Black editor-in-chief of British Vogue. And I was like... Period. The fuck? I was like, what connection does he have to the BBC that got him on Drag Race? I'm here for it.
Editor of Vogue.
Well, true.
I'm about to say, what?
His dog's name is Rue. His dog's name is Rue.
He is the first Black editor of British Vogue. That gives you in every door. No matter what. That takes you in any door you want to go in right now. And
valid.
And man, when he said it, he walked in, was like, yes.
The reaction that I loved the most was Cara just screaming. Oh my god! So they all
seem to know who he was, and I didn't.
Except for one person, who did y'all not watch the aftershave with Danny Beard?
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, let me guess who it could be then.
What?
I have no idea who it could be.
Yeah, I'll bring the
who did not know?
Alexis didn't know who he was.
I'm sure.
Danny interviews the eliminated queens. So I was like, who could it be?
What? But no, fully Danny was like, I didn't know who he was. And Alexis was like, I didn't know either. And I just, when I saw that everybody else was gagged, I was like, it was like, Lana, act as if you're gagged and I'll be Alexis in this.
Oh my god!
Just like delayed reaction. Yeah. Full on delayed reaction. And then she found out who he was and was like, oh my god, like actually gagged.
Right. I do that all the time when I don't know what's happening on this podcast. Everybody's like, oh my god, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Every time we talk about something Drag Race related that Lana.
Oh yeah, you were crying for Dakota earlier when I was talking about her being robbed.
I did. I was like, robbed queen. Period.
The only queen on a RuPaul franchise of Drag Race that was not eliminated by RuPaul.
Robbed. Got it.
Right. RuPaul leaves for one episode in Shenanigans.
RuPaul allegedly has COVID for one episode.
And Shenanigans fault. You know what? She should have came back.
It was also the episode they had Boy George on. So Shenanigans were going to happen, period, because he's a shit person. But Lana, we don't. I know I'm bringing this up twice now to you, and I know how much you do enjoy his music. However, he's a horrible person.
I don't know that person.
Comma.
Chameleon. Exactly. That's what I said it before, and Logan was like, "We don't talk about them." And I was like,
"We don't like him." This time I'll actually tell you why once we're done recording.
Okay.
Bad things.
Okay.
Bad.
I mean, I think I know, but
You might. But regardless, Edward is doing walk-twos with RuPaul and providing so much incredible feedback.
Yes.
Like, regardless of where their level of like sewing and craftsmanship is, like giving so much good feedback, just like focus on what you're doing. If you feel like you have too much, take something off. I'm always one to edit. Very Coco Chanel of him. I loved it. I was like, if he had more time on his hands beyond being the editor-in-chief of British Vogue, I'd be like, put him on the panel, please.
He should be a guest judge or something.
I was confused why he wasn't, and then it was probably like time constraint or something. I love the guest judge. We'll talk about her. But this argument stems from Tomara and Cara get called over, and Tomara the entire time is just like interrupting Cara, saying Cara doesn't know how to sew in front of Edward Enninful, like that. And so when the argument comes out, Cara's like, I also felt really slighted by you, bringing up the fact that I can't sew in front of this man who is very, very important. And
Cara was like, I went to fashion school.
I went to the London. I literally came to the UK from America to study at the London College of Fashion. I think I know how to sew. I would hope so.
And she
I'm
was
gonna
like,
assume so.
yes. I'm like,
Despite there being presumably no sewing on her garment in this episode, I'm gonna assume she can sew.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that.
The assumption is she can sew. And Tomara is just like, in this moment, Tamara's just like not getting what she's done. And like, I just said you can't sew. I've never seen anything that you have sewed. I don't know anything that you've sewn. I don't get it. And I will say, I understand from both of their sides. Because Tamara's like, well, I haven't seen it. I'm going to say the reality of the situation. I'm just saying, like, this is my point. And I was like, I did understand that. I definitely understand Cara's side as well, where she's like, you said this in front of one of the most influential people that could be influential for the rest of my career, drag or otherwise. And now it's going to be on international television. And I feel like you slighted me, and that didn't need to happen.
But then Cara was like, and you have seen things that I've sewn. You just probably didn't know that I did it, but you've seen it. And she was like, she said, but I didn't know. I've never seen you sew. And she was like, you've seen things that I've sewed. You just haven't been paying attention, or you just don't listen. But you
haven't gotten it through your thick skull. I was like, oh God, Cara.
She was like,
I get it, but
like,
God.
I can't sew. And you slighted me, and you made me feel this type of way. I don't understand how many times I could say you made me feel a certain type of way because of what you said. And then you keep saying, I don't know what you've sewn. I've never seen you sew.
Keep doubling, anything. Tripling, and quadrupling
like,
down. It's like, that's
seen it.
Like, that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is, A, you've seen me sew things. B, you said this in front of these two very influential people.
Right.
So I understood it from both of their perspectives. They resolve it later in the episode, so who cares? I will say, on the Edward Enninful moment for just a second, did y'all notice we didn't see Vicki go talk to
because she was talking, because she was with the other person.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't edit around that. Like,
interesting. I did not notice that.
I think she's the only person we didn't see go over.
I noticed that when I was like, oh, they couldn't show her because everybody had their moment.
Every single person except for Vicki. And then we get a moment after the fight where Vicki's like, this is my concept. And I was like, oh, okay, good to know, Vicki. Thanks. I'm glad they pulled that B-roll. Glad they had that available. Yeah, I didn't really have anything else from the workroom stuff. It was kind of just the big fight, and then just like everybody working.
We gotta talk about the horse, because
please, David, talk about the horse.
Oh, well, I don't have anything about the horse specifically, so if somebody else would like to talk about that.
Linda, icon. Apparently Banksie had tweeted that she asked producers if she could take Linda down the runway, and they basically screamed at her saying no. And I was like, oh, that would be fun.
That would be cute.
But then the moment where it's the end of the first day stuff, and they're going into the second day, and Kate's Kate, and I think Banksie.
This was the part.
Yeah, go for it, David. I was like, that's what I was talking about.
That's what I was about to say, because freaking Kate and Banksy. Oh my God.
Yeah, so this was where Kate was retelling the fight between Cara and Tomara, and she's just saying it so earnestly, like, and then she asked her, I don't remember exactly what she said, but I just started cracking up, and I'm like, Kate, you are a funny girl.
I love Kate. I really like Kate. I'm really liking Kate a lot.
See, here's the crazy part about it all, because at the first time that Kate and Banksy was talking to the horse, they were just like, so, as talking about their garments and what they plan on doing and da. And so that was their running thing, where they were talking to the horse, and the horse was like, the horse keeps all my secrets. That's why the horse is my best friend, da. So I was like, oh, that's hilarious. That's cute. But then when they cut back to Kate retelling the story of the fight, and I was like, and she said, you have seen what I sew. I know how to sew. And she was like, so I was like, Kate, stop.
And it's really honestly Kate's entire monologue here in confessional, where she's like, everyone in the workroom is stressed. People are starting their designs afresh. Linda's done a shit on the floor. What's gonna happen tomorrow? And then it's Alexis. It's the whole time they're just cutting back and forth, and Alexis is trying to take off her dress, and it gets stuck on her head, and then she just wears it as a scarf. And then Kate looks at Linda and goes, "So then she said to her, 'You have seen me in clothes I've sewn.'" And we are all just Banksy in that moment, just dying, laughing. I'm like, oh God, I love this.
I was literally in my room, in the living room, screaming at this. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
So
I'll be honest. I thought Kate was an early out. She could be still, but I do not want her to be.
I don't want her to be.
No.
She's giving me all the entertainment I need.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So then we go next day in the workroom, and it's everyone's finishing their designs. And there's really two big storylines that are happening. And we see Cara and Naomi talking. And Cara is just like, ooh, Naomi girl. You think you're going to make it by with that?
Like, I'ma hope so. I'm
gonna pray and hope for the best. And then Dee is looking at Tamara's and is like, well, do you think you have enough? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna sell it, girl. I can't do her accent.
I don't know.
I might work on my Tamara impression. I don't know. And Dee just like, well, the waist needs to be in, and this, and this. And Tamara's like, well, I'm gonna sell it, girl, so it's fine. I'm like, okay, work, Diva.
Work.
You do what you need to do, Diva. All right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
It wasn't even no Emmy moments besides that little fight. That was it.
No, that was the Emmy moment.
That was it.
They deserve an Emmy for it.
Yeah. So we get someone that I was talking to about the episode was like, oh my God, RuPaul's look was so good. And I didn't think it was.
I mean,
I was like, I don't get the stupid tassels on the disco ball part. I was like, that looks tacky. But that's just me. I'm like, okay, cool.
Should we discuss the guest judge though?
Yes, we absolutely should. Yasmin Finney from Heartstopper? Yes, that one.
Fabulous.
I haven't seen it. She was fabulous.
I haven't seen it either, but she was fabulous.
Oh, we're bad.
I'm about to say, not the movie guy. I've not seen the movie.
It's not a movie. It's a TV series.
show.
Oh, well then, never mind then.
It makes sense.
No, I don't know what that is. See, that's how bad
It's like a queer high school romance. Yeah.
No, I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
But she was fabulous.
Wait, look. Not the queer people not seeing it.
I find the entire concept incredibly cringy, and like I support it. I'm happy it's there. I can't watch it. It's not for me.
Not the gay people not supporting the gays.
I'm just a little too old.
I watch enough Drag Race. That's all the queer media I need.
It's okay. I'm just joking.
It's 20 plus years ago for me.
Well, okay. I never watched.
Almost 10 years for me.
Anyway.
Ooh, that's terrifying. Category is Pet Shop Girls Couture. Woo. Fabulous. First up, Kate Butch. And I also want to give a huge shout out now to my favorite place to find all of the images of Drag Race, at the Drag Zone on Instagram.
They're not giving you a choice. They're not giving you a choice. You have to shout it out.
And that's fine. And I will. Because they have seriously helped me out this week.
They have.
And this look is fabulous. I like this look on Kate. I was like, you know what, Kate, work. Like she took all of those different animal prints, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be horrible. That's not gonna work. And it worked. I was like, Oh, okay, Kate Bush, do it. I love the wig, the hat, the wig. I love everything about this look and her performance. She is always gonna sell. She is always gonna perform. She gave a great performance with the tiger in the suitcase. I was like, stop it, stop it. She was hilarious. I absolutely love this look. I thought it looked great. Her mug was great. She was great.
Yeah, she's somebody that I did not expect to do well in this challenge. I figured this is not going to be one of her strengths this week, but I was like blown away. Like she's the person that impressed me the most
Hmm.
based on my expectations. I just thought this was so fashionable.
Hmm.
It looked like a nice throwback to like I don't know 60s or 50s fashion.
Hmm.
And it just looked high quality. I
Hmm.
wouldn't have guessed that she made this. The fabrics they somehow work together. I really like the hat. Her makeup is so good here too.
It's like a
Um,
very cat-like in the face to go with all the cat prints. Oh, so
right.
good.
The only slight nitpick, I thought the way her skirt kind of folded a little bit
Hmm.
wasn't quite right. But other than that, it was really great for me. And she would have been in my top 3. I'm just gonna say that.
I would have put her up. I think I would have put her up there too because I thought she looked fan freaking tastic. I love this hat that she made this
Yeah,
hat. Oh, stupid, stupid good. It's
it's
so
so good.
good.
And her delivery,
I just,
just she's becoming a favorite of mine for
yeah,
sure.
me too. Me too. I was excited about her in the Meet the Queens because I was like, she's gonna be somebody who I think was funny.
Mhm,
But I didn't know if she was gonna be the funny comedy queen or the corny comedy queen. Because like I didn't want her to be so like she thinks she's funny all the time. It's always and it's not funny. It's just corny and it's just
mhm.
ridiculous. No, she is the right level of funny, sarcastic, waka waka. Like she is the right level of all of it. I enjoy her so much, and I enjoy this look a lot.
Definitely.
I am very thoroughly upset that Kate was not in the top.
That's what we just said.
I
Yeah.
know. I figured as much. And I'm going to tell you why. I haven't seen anything. I'm going to use the term color blocked. I know that's not what's
Hmm.
happening here, but like the
But it's like
blocking
it.
of all of these, it's very of that kind of style. The way she blocked all of these fabrics together. This should not work, and yet it does so perfectly, and it
That's
fits
what
her like
I
a glove.
said.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
literally fits her like a glove. She looks so good. Her makeup is different and interesting here, and I'm like, I love it.
Cat
I'm a
like.
big fan of this. I'm mad.
That's so
Mhm.
good. That's good.
I'm mad.
I'm getting the feeling that um Kate and Ginger might be filling the same spot on the show. And
That's kind of
worried
what
that
I'm thinking.
I'm worried they're valuing Ginger more between the two.
Mm.
For me, it's Kate. It's Kate.
Ugh.
Maybe they both can do well. Maybe they both can succeed. There have been times in different seasons where I thought, oh, only one of these people can do well. And then they both do well. So
Viv and Davina.
yeah, I mean that's a great
Viv,
example
Davina,
there.
and Baga, quite frankly. Like, but yes. The scores.
I'm I did not pre-score these, so I'm
Oh
gonna go off the cuff
wow.
here. Um,
Like the rest of
I
us?
know, I know. Uh,
Mere mortals.
I'm gonna give her a 88.
Work.
Mm. I am giving this a full cup because I feel like it's deserved. She ate this down.
I'm also gonna give it a full.
Mhm.
She rocked that. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
give
this
people their
hair
flowers on that
too.
dude because that hair hat.
Well,
Mhm.
that the hat, and
Right.
then
Then the
also
wig.
the hair hat.
Ugh.
The
Mhm.
hair hat with the hat. You better,
Yeah.
Kate.
Work. Ugh.
Ah,
Banksie.
Banksy. Baby, this turned the corner, and I was like, winner, done. I don't need to see what anybody else has done. This is one of the best things I've ever seen on a design challenge.
She ate this up. Like number one, you take these black and white handkerchiefs or bandanas or whatever, and you turn it into like a shawl, like coat type deal. okay. You put them on the sleeves, and then the arms are like give you that flare. And then she took the other black and white pattern that she had and made this whole legs for days. She looked freaking amazing. I love the wig. I love the simplicity of her makeup because it was just like she didn't have to do much because all of it is black and white. And so she made her makeup black and white. And it was so good. She looked amazing. Up close, she looked great. Far away, she looked great. When she spun around on that runway, I was like, yes, honey. And it looks like something anybody could do because it's like it looks like it could be sold in a store and people are like, that's relatable. I can buy that. I can wear that. It's so good. It's so good.
Mhm. So, based on the Instagram video that we did, I thought that Banksy would be our fashionista of the season.
You're
And I
right.
just have to say, you are that girl. I
You are
thought you
that
were.
girl. She is that
Mhm.
girl. She is that girl.
Yeah, this was so good. Like
Hmm
immediately I was like, okay, my girl, she should be in the top no matter what. Um and I even like subtle things like her face. I really like
hmm
her face. Those lashes.
Uh,
I love these lashes. Anytime her eyes would open wide, it would just help her eyes pop. But yeah, this absolutely looks like it could be on a like professional runway. She could be the model. The only thing that concerned me was so she's got all the scarves on her sleeves, and when her arms are down, she loses her shape a little bit. And I think she knew that because she kept her arms moving a lot. And I think that really allowed you to see her silhouette better.
Hmm.
And it really added a lot of movement to this look. So she presented it very, very well.
does she kind of look like Madonna?
A little bit.
I just was
It's
thinking Emily Blunt.
I was looking like
well,
at that bottom picture. I was like, she looked like Madonna.
it's the face shape. It's that little
Mm-hmm.
like cut in of the face.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was giving Dakota Schiffer, Trixie Mattel, and Lady Bunny, and I said, yeah. If you threw all those three together,
Mhm.
that's Banksy here.
Yeah, I was literally getting Dakota Schiffer from this too.
I got Dakota immediately. I got Lady Bunny from the wig, and I got Trixie from the makeup, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right. You're correct. But the scores.
It's going to be 91 for me.
It's full again. I can't. Yeah,
Duh.
I can't.
Duh.
Uh,
Next up, we have Cara Melle.
so
This
yeah.
week, it is just regular Cara Melle.
See, here's the thing. I understood what she was trying to do and what she said she wanted to do and make a full gown with all the feathers. But she bit off more than she could chew and was like, oh, this is taking a lot more time than I thought. And I really believed her having that fight with uh, Tamara kind of messed with her head throughout this thing. I just wish she would have just been like, just not did that with that skirt because that blue fabric just nothing with the like the top is fabulous. The top half of this from her waist up, great. The bottom though, dang. I was like, oh, I don't even know if it could have been another color, if it should have been simpler, shorter, like having all that excess fabric she's holding on. It just but I'll tell you what, the mug is mugging, the hair is hairing. She looks fabulous in the face. She's gorgeous. It's just the bottom half and that skirt that just throws it completely off. And I was like, oh, I hate to say she deserved to be in the bottom, but she deserved to be in the bottom for that skirt alone.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot to like here, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I think she did one of the best at actually making it look animal couture because so many of them, like maybe you had an animal as a prop, but I'm not getting a lot of animal from it. But for this, you immediately see that macaw type of look to it. But yes, her face, her hair, perfection. I like the ambition. I respect the ambition too,
Mm-hmm.
even if it didn't work out super well. You could see underneath the feathers occasionally when she would move around, and that was kind of bothering me. And then, of course, the black strap. I'm glad they brought that up. But yes, for me, the worst part is the skirt part because immediately when she came out on the runway, I was like, oh, she didn't even use fabric. She used a tarp. I thought it was a
Yeah.
tarp. It just looked so tarp-like to me. And
I
then
thought it
once
was too.
yeah, once I saw it closer, it was like, okay, I guess it's just a fabric that really resembles a tarp. So I don't like it would have been very hard for her to make this fabric a success for me, even if it was like shaped better on her. But it really it's just I don't know, folded and she's holding it. It didn't work. But I do like the top half for the most part.
Question before you start: is there another color in the bird? Is it just red and yellow, or is it like a
It's red,
blue?
orange, yellow, white.
Okay, so I feel like if she would have had like a white bottom, like if the
Mm-hmm.
skirt was white and she just did a short like mini skirt
Mm-hmm.
with a couple of feathers, maybe not all the feathers, but just a few feathers on it to set, like to taper
Like
off.
falling feathers.
Right, like it's falling. Then I think that could have been even that would have been better because she has the red, she has a little bit of orange and a little bit of yellow, and you put the little white down there with a couple of falling feathers down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have made it work. I just don't know why she chose the tarp, as David says. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Well, so I had a different solution to it. I think if you're gonna use the tarp,
Hmm.
then what I would have loved, get rid of the skirt, just do a corset piece with the blue train, and then put a cape on the parrot.
Like
Then you're
a
mimicking each other. Then you're mimicking the parrot because the parrot has the cape on it, so it looks intentional. Whether it was intentional or not, that's not the question. You're making it look intentional. And I think had she done that and maybe like camped it up just a little bit more, I think
mm,
she could have been safe.
mm.
But yeah, waist up, she looks
Oh,
incredible. It's just the skirt really,
hmm.
yeah. Scores.
I'm gonna focus on the things I liked. I'm giving it a 69.
Nice. Today I'll say nice, David.
I I think I do like 60% of this look. Yeah, I will give it a 65.
I'm gonna give it a 70. Ginger Johnson.
I love this hair. I don't know why I do, but I do. It's so stupidly big and ridiculous and crazy. It's like it shouldn't be. I shouldn't like it. I really should be like that wig is ridiculous. I hate it, but I kind of like it. I don't know why. I do. Sue me. I like this look. I thought it was. She made a jacket out of snakeskin print and made a jacket dress, and it was perfectly fine. It was perfectly fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was perfectly fine. That wig is just sending me though. I kind of live for it. I would want to rock it for like Halloween or something, or a costume party of some sort. But and she just made me. She gave me what I needed to give this entire episode, so I can't really hate on her because I really like her.
Hmm. Yeah, I do agree with the wig. Like she was actually kind of making that the focal point with her delivery too. So
Mhm,
most of my focus was going to the wig, which probably isn't what I should be focusing on. Also, I wanted to quickly say, Eve has her idea about the hair exchange program.
mhm.
We
Mm-hmm.
need to hook up Ginger with Bachina Polaroid because she
Oh my
would
gosh.
totally rock this wig, and I
Yeah,
know she would love this style.
yeah.
Um, but yes, as far as the look goes, I do think this is probably one of the best constructed garments of the
Mhm,
night. It looks professional. it's not one of the most exciting for me, though.
Exactly.
It's pretty straightforward, simple. It's a nice color. I didn't even really pick up that it was snakeskin fabric, but I guess that makes
She
more
said it
sense
like
now.
4 different
I know.
times, David.
This was not the best episode for me with focus. So
We
David
know.
was hungry.
I was angry, and
Angry at the time.
I'm fighting the angry part of it right now. So don't mess with me.
Oh no!
No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but overall, this was good.
I thought this was good. I do agree. I think this is the best constructed garment of their of the available ones. I can't speak today. Wow.
It
I
was
like
the best
it.
of there.
I like it. She's pretty. Scores.
75.
I'll match that 75 actually.
I'm also gonna give it a 75.
Oh, look at us go.
Wow.
You're 3/4 there, girl.
Oh, Alexis Saint-Pete.
I liked the concept. I liked her delivery. She was very sad on the stage. She gave us a nice black veil, and I was like, okay, work. She made me believe she was sad for her fish, and then she threw him off at the end of the runway. I was like, all right, bye. And I was like, I was like, okay, girl. She was like, oh, I'm so sad. All right, done.
Bye.
I was like, okay, cool. Now the dress itself, a little wonky, hemline, a little wonky, neckline, a little. The slit was a little. She should just cut the whole dress in half because it was like you ain't had that much further up to go with the slit. Yeah, it wasn't the best dress, but and did it deserve to be at the bottom? Sure, but I still like Alexis, so I can't be too mad.
Okay, well, here might be my hot take. I think I would have had her safe. I don't think she would have been in my bottom 3. Um, this is not amazing, first of all, but I do think it looks pretty good. It's a good silhouette on her. I do like the asymmetry. I like how she's got I like the strap part at the top. I don't mind the slit being high. I thought it looked fairly well constructed, but for me, I think the fabric itself is doing most of the work here. It's just so straight up and down. There's not a lot to it. Um, I don't like the wig though. The wig is a little I don't know. It doesn't look drag race ready, this wig. But yeah, I did thought she delivered it well. She would have been very low safe for me.
Okay.
So here's the issue I have. I actually really like this. I think the difficulty is I liked everybody else's garments better except for one. And that's kind of just what it comes down to is like I think the way that it's draped in the shoulder I think is really nice. I like the chain holding it up. I like the concept. I think the fabric is definitely doing most of the work. I think if she had just incorporated a few more of the pet shop items, I think she could have been safe, honestly. And I wouldn't have been all that mad at it and I would have understood it. But yeah, just the finishing details, unfortunately, in a design challenge where it's pretty high quality across the board, it's just kind of difficult to see this and for me at least and think it's better than everybody else except for one, unfortunately. But scores.
I'll give her a 71.
I'm gonna give it a 68.
I'm gonna give it a 66.
Wait, 65.
That's the
Yeah,
same you gave to Cara Melle.
exactly.
Ooh.
That's the reason I did that because I was
Mhm.
like 65.
Oh, I gave this higher than Cara, didn't I?
That's why I
No,
was
you gave Cara a 70, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Thank you,
Mhm.
David.
Yeah.
I liked Cara's more than Alexis's. I don't know what the scores are going to reflect, but
That's
oh boy,
Poor
boy.
baby.
So
Oh
now we have very
no.
unfortunately come to the part in our program where we have to discuss this garment created by Miss Naomi Carter. But can we start with how beautiful she is and how much of a lovely personality she is?
She is.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
with the positives. I love the wig. I love the braid wig.
This hair hat braid wig.
I'm a fan of it. I do. Even if it's orange, I would never wear it because it's orange and I wouldn't wear orange. But I kind of love a good braid wig. If you can pull off a good braid wig, I'm here for it. That's about as positive I can give this look is the braid wig. Because everything else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta chop that outfit. Oof.
I hate to say it, but I think this might be one of the worst design challenge looks I've ever seen.
Oh, I was gonna say it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it really doesn't look good. And I do love her. She's on my team, not on the cup draft, but my other draft. So I'm rooting for her. I would be anyways, just because she's so lovable.
Yes.
But yeah, this looks like
Oof.
we've seen design challenges. We've seen quick drag challenges. This looks like a quick design challenge. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it just looks like it was made and rushed. And I kept thinking, like, I saw several times when you were over there talking to Cara Melle. Couldn't you have been working on this
That's
instead?
what I said. She did a lot of talking. A
Mhm.
lot of talking and not enough working. Because the boobs are wrong. They like two
Very wrong.
different cups. Like she put two different things together. Like, oh, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. And
And
then oh God, I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
it's okay. But I also wanted to touch on the wig. I do like things about the wig a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But everything going on right here at the top of her scalp
In the middle.
was yes, it
Yeah, that
was
part was off.
distractingly, like, bad for me. Every time they did a close-up, I was like, "Oh, that looks awful." Right up here,
Her
right up
part
at the
was
top.
not right.
Yeah.
Her
And you can
part was
see, like,
not.
the line here, and you see some
Mm-hmm.
hair under
Yeah.
it. So, it was just a very rough night for
Yeah,
her overall.
she didn't put her wig cap on right. The part
Right.
wasn't right. Baby, you go put a wig on, you got to have that part straight down the line, or it's
Mhm.
gonna look a mess. You go get that zigzag effect, which ain't cute. And oof.
No.
Yeah.
And then that
It
why the thong? Why did she put that little strip between her legs like that? Look at I'm sorry.
now I no, it's okay. I do have a question specifically for David because Lana hasn't seen this look. Do you think this is better or worse than what Taste made?
I think this is worse because there
I
were
agree.
yeah, I actually didn't hate Tace's look as much as a lot of
Okay.
people did. Um, but I also have like love goggles on for Tace, and she could do no wrong. And I thought she deserved to win the season without any wins. But yeah, for me, this is worse.
Okay, I do agree. So I'm glad that there's at least that. That's all.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I can't turn all of my lights off, but I turned off my ring light.
Ooh, ooh, ooh! I gotta sit back. I don't even want the
Mm.
light
Mm,
from the computer to show. Ooh, yeah. This is. Girl, girl. Yeah, that was bad.
mm.
Mm, um, we go even scores.
David, do you have a score?
She have a score.
I do. I'm going to make sure she has an average score of at least 1. So she's getting a 3 from me.
Oh no.
Wow. Well, I'm going to give her the 1 so it could continue to rise.
Good.
I'll give it a. I don't want. I can't. I love her
Can we
too
get
much.
her average to a 2 overall?
Yeah, I'll give her a 2.
Yes, you average a 2,
I can't
girl.
plead.
I can't plead against
plead.
Not against her. I can't do it against Miss Carter.
She's in her terrible 2s era.
This was the episode where I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you're only 23.
Oh, this is the episode where I'm like, you gonna be the designated lip sync assassin this season?
I don't even think she's gonna make it
do.
that far, David.
Oh,
in this cast,
if she don't get it together quickly, she ain't gonna be here that much longer. Unfortunately.
And she's not even the youngest on this cast. That's kind of the wild thing to me.
All right.
Because she's the youngest on the cast. I was like, I'm hoping that worked out the way I wanted it to.
Yes.
Next is DeDe.
And I have a question on that topic. So at one point she talked about how she made looks that Crystal wore on Drag Race.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, so you're 20 now, and that was filmed 2 years before
ago.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you made
she started.
18,
they said in the
girl.
premiere that they both had been doing drag since they were, or they were been friends since they were 11 and had been doing drag since they were like 15.
Yeah. And they started together, and
Crystal was 21 when she won Drag Race. So she's 23 now, and if DeDe's 20 now, yeah, that makes sense. But like the fact that DeDe made one of my favorite looks in Drag Race history, gagged, because I love that goddess look on Crystal. I was like, oh my god, bitch. But this look from Miss DeDeLicious, not to be confused with DeDe Marie Holiday.
Yeah. Oh no, because Miss DeDeLicious came with the fire and the thunder we knew she should have. If she did not come with the fire, I'm like, girl, you made all your good stuff for Crystal and didn't make it for yourself? Absolutely not. Like this is a great look. I mean, stunning, stunning, stunning. When she walked out, I was like, oop, okay, Banksie. Banksie. Because it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them because this is so good. The fact that she made those shoulders out of dog collars and then came out with the dog in a dog collar, I was like, girl, okay, number one. Number two, she gave us the see-through number on the shirt, so she like, I'm sexy, but I'm classy. I'm sophisticated, but a little bit of sexiness. And then you can see my little pasties on my nipples, but I'm still classy. I'm a classy broad with that skirt, that pencil skirt that fit to a T with a little chain. Oh, yeah. She ate down. Makeup, fierce. Hair, great. This is a look that I was like, yes, Miss Girl, you did that. You ate that up. She wasn't delusional in this episode because she worked this. She said she was gonna do good, and she did. She did what she said she was gonna go do. She ate down, baby.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. It's giving like a person that was kind of forced into being a housewife, but they're like, okay, but I'm gonna have an edge to it. So I really like that perspective. And I mean, just everything is put together so well. And that like see-through part is almost giving me like, we've seen so many people at like the Met Gala that probably didn't anticipate things being see-through when the flashes are going on their garments.
It's like, oh, there's your entire areola.
We see a whole nipples.
Yep. But that goes along with the edgy housewife again. So yeah, her face is amazing here. Absolutely one of the best design challenges looks I've seen.
Or do they know that their outfit is that see-through and they decided to come out and be like, I'm a little
probably.
Oops, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Oh no.
You can see my bosoms through the
my areola.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Well, I'm glad
She's
to know
that
we're
girl.
just as. I was gonna say I'm glad to know we're just as unhinged when Lana's here too. Honestly, her and Banksie both should have won.
Period. I
I could have
kind of
seen it.
agree.
They both should have won.
I kind of
Honestly,
agree. But
there's
baby,
no cash prizes. It's only fucking badges. We know you gave 6 of them in one challenge last year. You could have given them both a badge.
deserve.
But this makes me think that they are never going to give Dee a win.
Oh. Oh.
I have a feeling that they're just going to be like, oh, but you're not as good as your sister. So,
well,
because we've seen that happen before.
True.
To Miss Diabetica. So, but no, this is incredible. Scores.
I'm gonna give her a 91.
I'm gonna give her her flowers. The cup is full for me. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Next up is Tomara Thomas.
I'll put it like this. I wouldn't have put it at the top.
No.
I wouldn't have had it at the top. But that's.
I'm very thankful that she was for my draft.
Same.
However, comma. Because I know where David's gonna put her. In the bottom too.
Don't spoil things yet.
Well,
David said, "Don't."
I can't always clock immediately what your reads are, David. So when the opportunity arises,
we haven't seen Vicki Vivacious yet, so.
David Healy, if your bitch ass is claiming that Vicki Vivacious should be in the bottom 2, I'm gonna need you to get your sight checked, your hearing checked, and I will be coming to Springfield. Which one? Who knows? I'm not trying to dox you here.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Let me go first, actually, if you don't mind.
Please
so when everybody got called safe, I'm looking at everybody on the stage. I'm like, okay, so yeah, Banksie and DeDe definitely in the top. Oh yeah, Naomi's in the bottom. Tamara's in the bottom. Which one is high for Alexis and Cara Melle? Which one's high?
I thought Cara was in the top.
Yeah,
I was
for
like,
me,
oh, they must have just been like, oh, we love the skirt, sure.
For me, this was 100% the second worst look of the night. And I could not believe when they started praising this. I'm like, wait, this thing with no shape, with no silhouette, that's kind of reminding me, and I know it's not as bad. It was kind of reminding me of Miss Vangie's first design challenge.
Vanjie.
Just anytime I see like the silhouette completely disappear because stuff is just put in front of like a very tiny little dress, that's what I get. And this was not good. This was not good. It wasn't even close to good. In the back, she ran out of fabric, so her ass is just hanging out. I don't know. It did not work for me. And I felt like I could not even close to agree with the judges on this. This 100% should have been in the bottom 2. I thought my draft was going to be doing awful this night because I have her and Naomi drafted it. And I'm like, oh, I have the bottom 2, 100%. But I also have Banksie. So turned out it was a pretty good night for my draft.
I guess so.
That's all I have.
I didn't know why she was at the top. I was like, she got a little piece of yellow fabric wrapped around, made some fans, some little paper fans, and put together. I mean, it was put together pretty good, but I'm like, that little bitty thing, and then you say it's a show. I'll tell you one thing. She said she was gonna sell it, and she did. She sold it right on her way to the top, and I was like, because of some feathers and some yellow wrapping paper, like what? Okay, work, diva, if y'all say so. I ain't the judge, so it ain't up to me. I wouldn't have put it at the top. She would have been at the bottom for me as well.
kind of like it.
Good for you.
I know I shouldn't. I know this goes against everything I've ever said on this podcast. But I do kind of really like it. There's a level of, this is going to sound really bad, and I know both of y'all are probably just going to completely disagree with me, but there is this weird level of polish to it that I'm like, okay, like it's clean. It's a very clean execution. I wouldn't have had her in the top. I would have had her safe. Because I do like this more than I like Cara. Overall. Given the whole performance of it. But I think I maybe would have put her just right above Cara. And I would have put Kate in the top.
Well, the thing is, we were going to have her and Cara on the stage no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
So I honestly think that she was in the top just as a jab to Cara for what went on this episode. But they didn't want to lose either of them. They didn't want to lose Naomi. So it had to be Alexis as the kind of sacrificial lamb, which meant she by default had to be in the top. This is a TV show before it's anything else. So they're trying to make drama. It's kind of working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scores.
That'll be you.
I know. I'm gonna give this a 42.
40.
I'm gonna give it a 72.
See, Lana would have her in the bottom too. Also,
I would. She would definitely be in the bottom too.
Michael Marouli. I love that this is our new Gabriella Labucci. It's Michael Marouli.
I like this look on Michael Marouli. I thought this was a beautiful color. Number one, I'm like, oh, the color's gorgeous. Then the hood with this big wig and the beautiful mug and the dress fits perfectly. Michael Marouli 8 for me in this. I was like, Michael Marouli, yes, you look gorgeous. You look gorgeous. Yeah, you look gorgeous, Queen. Queen, you 8. You're 8. You're 8 down. You look good, Queen.
Yeah, this was very high safe for me. I'm really liking her more than I thought I would.
Yes.
She's just giving me all the old school drag queen vibes that I need. Everything's about her is so classic. But yes, one of my favorite parts is the hood part. So usually if we see a hood like this, it's with a like kind of a small wig on, and it's usually either a tighter wig or there's a lot of extra space.
Or it's like an updo.
Right. But she's like, no, I'm going to have a pretty full wig. I'm just going to make that hood big enough, just big enough so that it's framing it. So I love that touch of the nice, like, blue line going all the way across. And then, yeah, the fabric itself is so beautiful. It's very well constructed. It's not the most extravagant silhouette that I've ever seen, but it was very satisfactory for me. Like, that's the word I can think of. So she did absolutely what she needed to do to be safe and live to see another day.
For someone who can't sew, damn, this is good. Like, that's, I feel like if the judges were aware of the fact that she couldn't sew, I think she could have been in the top. That third spot for me is really kind of between, like, I could justify Ginger, I could justify Michael Marouli, and I could justify Kate being there for sure. I think one of the three of them probably should have been there. I think the thing for me with Michael's, and I think the reason she wasn't in the top, was because it's just the blue fabric, and there's nothing breaking up the blue fabric. As gorgeous as this is, and as how well constructed it is, I think they wanted just those little bit of like extra touches from the materials they were given, which I think all three people in the top did to a certain extent. They took the materials and they transformed them more than just making a garment out of it. And
And-
also with the hood, she said she was going to do a train originally and then scrapped it and made a bigger hood. And I love that she did that. But sorry, David, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I think I've brought this up before, I think for Down Under, but I've noticed in RuPaul hosted shows, she kind of likes to spread the wealth in the first couple of weeks,
Yeah.
so that people aren't safe like continuously, unless it's somebody that she just wants to drive crazy by
Unless they
making
are
them
the
safe.
filler queen of the season.
Right. So like if you notice, all three of the tops, they were safe last week. In fact, only two people out of the cast of 10 has been safe both weeks. So I really think that
And Ginger.
no, not Ginger. It's Kate and
I'm looking it up. Don't worry. No, it's only Kate.
oh really?
It's only Kate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All three people on the top this week were safe last week. Ginger was high last week, safe this week. Michael was high last week, safe this week. Vicki won last week, safe this week. And then all the people in the bottom. So yeah,
Okay.
Kate's the
I
only
guess you're
person
right.
who was safe both weeks.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, I know I'm looking at the track record right now, baby.
Yeah, that makes sense then. But yeah, I think that definitely was a kind of a tiebreaker in some of the decisions they made.
Yeah. Scores.
I'll give her an 85.
I'll give her a 96.
I'm gonna give her a 90. 91. So a little bit and a half. No kidding.
And 3/4.
I'm gonna give her a 91 and 9/16.
A ring.
No,
I know what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
There's only two people who have not been high,
Correct.
and that's Kate and Naomi.
That is correct. That is correct. I do want to say, while we're on Michael, just for a second, because I was thinking about it, I was like, her energy in the workroom and on the stage is giving me someone from like old school seasons of Drag Race, and I couldn't place it. I think I have it. And it's just similar energy. Their drag could not be more different for me, but she's giving me a little bit of Latrice Royale energy in just that like consummate professional. All of her drag is going to look good. It may not be the most extravagant in the world, but it's going to look polished, and she's going to be professional, and she's going to serve what she needs to. And I think that's the energy I'm getting. I'm getting also a little bit of like Bianca Del Rio energy in that like professionalism, polish, but there's still like the funny there. And I think both of those queens kind of embody that. But that's kind of the essence she's giving me a little bit. Again, drag could not be more different. Different drag planets. Energy, I'm getting that kind of
energy.
Energy. And last up, Vicki Vivacious, aka Trixie Mattel. I can't believe you're competing again, girl. You cannot tell me that she does not look like Trixie Mattel in season 7. She looks like Trixie Mattel on season 7 from the Jetsa Eleganza runway in the face. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Season 7 is not the best one for me too.
No, but that's what her eye. It's.
I'm gonna have to trust you because I've seen most of season 7. I never finished it.
You never finished season 7?
We've gone through this several times.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we've never finished it.
Oh my god!
One day.
Wow.
I thought it was cute. I thought she was very much giving me Malibu Barbie. It was cute. I like the hat. I like the wig. I like the makeup. I liked it.
It's gonna adjust here in a second, I think. But like it's that.
Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like they are the same person, kind of, except Trixie's wearing a bigger lash.
Right. Okay. Well, as far as this look goes, I do like this a lot. I think this was one of my top 4 of the week. And there is a strong case that she should have been in the top 3. I don't think she would have been in my top 3. But I really think this is a great, I don't know, great style for her. I like her makeup. She switched it up a little bit from what it was last week. My only kind of slight issue is I feel like she really relied on her corset to do a lot of the construction here.
Mhm.
And the fabric looks great on it, but other people were like showing their craftsmanship skills in a way that was more impressive to me. And she just relied on getting that fabric on that corset. But overall, it still looks really good. So it was a successful week for her for sure.
I really like this. I mean, I think it's carried by the hat. She talked about the hat on several occasions, and I do like the hat. I agree. It's on the more simplistic side, but this is I think probably the most polished piece we saw on the runway. Just it looks like she could have brought this from home, and I would have said
Sure.
absolutely, like without a shadow of a doubt. It's just not all that interesting, and that's just what it comes down to. So, but I thought she looked great. I thought the presentation of this was great. I really like Vicki.
Me too.
I really, really am enjoying Vicki. So, scores.
I'll give her an 86.
I will give her I'll give her a 90.
I'll give her an 88. Boom.
Boom.
Did it.
We did.
Wow. So we do get a little bit of Untucked. Not really. Nothing major happens. Cara cries. Alexis is emotional. Naomi's just like, hey up, love.
I freaking love her. I love her so much.
She is quickly becoming one of my favorite people. Like, I'm just like, yes, Naomi. Obsessed with her. And then Cara and Tomara, part 14,000.
Cara and Tomara. Are those the name of Doja Cat's boobs?
Yes. Sure. We'll go with that. And then Cara's crying, and Tamara's like, I'm going to take this opportunity while we're all emotional and like, hi, I'm sorry again. I'm like, girl. So you really don't know wrong place, wrong time. You really don't. But okay.
She's like, this is my last opportunity to tell you.
You might be going home today, so no, she wasn't. She wasn't gonna. No. So, top 3. Boom. And Banksie won.
Deserved.
Oh.
Deserved.
Okay. I have it up.
We don't use it enough.
And you want to know why it was deserved?
I'm serving fashion tonight on the runway.
And that's what Banksie did.
Yes, she did.
That's what Banksie did.
She literally at one point in the episode started saying, I'm serving. And I continued. I said, fashion.
Fashion on the runway.
Because she's already kind of gives me like fashionista Gabriella Labucci.
So. She's giving Gabriella Labucci who went to fashion school. Yes. We have our bottom 3. Cara, Naomi, Alexis. And our bottom 2. The girls with the longest damn names in the competition.
it fit somehow.
Yeah, Alexis and Miss Naomi Carter lip syncing to Hot in It. I look hot in it. Which, it's a cute song. Not for a lip sync. Because it just kept going over and over and over. It's the same chorus 6 times. I counted. But what do we think of this lip sync?
I thought Naomi killed it. Like I was really enjoying her the whole time. Like it was pretty immediately. I'm like, I'm not worried about you. You're staying. Now, are we going to have 2 people stay? Because I don't know, like when the 11th queen leaves, and I didn't know how it would affect non-elimination. So I really was not sure if they both would leave. But then at one point, when Alexis, she got stuck kind of in her dress with her shoe, and then
fell off.
yeah, it fell off, and then she had to put it back on, and we kept seeing the judges like disapproving face. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna keep her, and it's sad because she's a good performer, and I think she could have done really well in this lip sync if she hadn't kind of gotten stuck a little bit.
I still think she did pretty well, all things
Mhm.
considered. I thought she had a lot of movement on the stage. She knew her words. The stunts she pulled were really good. I thought it was all really, really good. Naomi she did the damn thing. Naomi did the damn thing, and I love to see it. And this was a lovely example of like there were no stunts. There was just lip syncing and embodying the song, and that's what she did in her little floss thong. And I thought she did great.
Yeah, I thought Naomi did well. I think this is the second lip sync that we watched this week where somebody did something on the runway. Well, something happened to them on a runway, and it caused them to end up being in the bottom and lip syncing and then having to go home. Because, like, we watched Brazil, and it was the headpiece thing, and
Yeah.
Ruby's head thing fell off, caused her to be in the bottom too. She went home. For Alexis, hers didn't happen on the runway. Hers happened in the lip sync where her malfunction happened. It's like, oh, we just can't look past the fact that your shoe just got caught in your dress, and then you didn't just leave it off. You kept it on, and you had to put the shoe back on. I was like, and which caused her. It's just funny to me how just the one little thing can send you right out the door. One little thing. But I think that does not take it away from Miss Naomi because Miss Naomi Carter ate. She really did. She killed. I wanted her to be more, move a little bit more, be more fluid, dance a little bit harder, a little bit. I think for me, because like Alexis at the beginning was getting it when that song said "drop it to the floor and bring it back up," and she was like "bam!" And I wanted that from Naomi, but she sold it later, and it was good. It was still good.
Yeah. So we get a winner of the lip sync.
Yep.
And it's not Alexis Saint-Pete because she goes home.
I know. But hey, she's the first Polish queen to be on Drag Race, and we've seen people place lower than 10th and come back and be hosts for their country's franchise of Drag Race. So who knows? Host of Drag Race Poland, Alexis Saint-Pete.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
True. And since Esme's not here, I'll just call her Alexis Saint-Pete's Dragon.
I looked at my roommate and I was like, oh no, we really did get a little bit Alexis.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit Alexis.
Just a little bit.
So Russia?
Sure.
Okay. So allegedly, it is at this moment that the other one gets eliminated. But I noticed it, and I said I was going to bring it up earlier. So when you get that close zoom in on Alexis, when she's standing in her spot on the runway during the lip sync, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, so there's 2 people on stage. There's 4 people on the way we're viewing it on the right side of the stage. And then there's 5 people on the left side of the stage. Because you see like definitively like Cara's there. I think it's Cara, Michael, I think it's Kate, and then there's someone, and then I think it's Banksie or some combination like that. And when they hyper zoom on Alexis, you can tell that there's someone behind her, and it's so perfectly blocked right behind her that she's blocked. And I was like, okay, good. At least like they probably didn't have to do much with the footage. Yeah. You can tell that there's someone there in a pink outfit and a blonde wig. And I was like, there ain't nobody on this runway in a pink outfit and a blonde wig.
It was the same way last week with Cara. When
Yeah.
she was on the stage, she was
Yeah.
perfectly blocking. And I almost wonder if that was done on purpose. If they knew it might be an issue, so they specifically were putting
Maybe
her
they
places where they had the
did.
freedom to remove her
Maybe they did,
if
because
they
she
made that
was
choice.
safe both weeks, presumably.
Mhm.
So there were two girls,
Oh yeah, there we go.
I guess. But she's not a contestant. But yeah, so it is allegedly at this moment that she is removed. Because next week is girl groups.
Mhm.
And what we know allegedly is that it is 3 groups of 3.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I was a little
So
confused. They always do groups of 2, right?
for the girl group, no, it's usually 2 groups.
2 groups. Oh,
Period.
whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2
sorry.
groups, 4.
That's what I meant. 2 groups, not groups of 2.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's usually 2 groups. And in this case, we're doing 3.
Okay.
Because I think they had to remove someone and they weren't anticipating removing someone.
What's
So
your
they had to-
dream group with this cast?
I think I saw it in the preview.
Oh, okay.
I could talk about it if you want. But it would have been my dream group, honestly.
I think I have my dream group. I didn't pay attention close enough to the preview, so I'll just say
Great. Who's yours, David?
my trio that I would like to see together would be Cara Melle,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Naomi Carter,
Mm-hmm.
and I think DeDeLicious. I think that would be a good trio.
Hi.
I would switch Didi with Tomara. Boy, I tell you,
Okay.
they eat that up.
And I'm pretty sure that happens.
Oh.
No, I didn't even think
That's
about
the group I
Tamara, so I
saw.
would be perfectly
You
happy
get
with
so
that
you
as
see
well.
there's a clip on the main stage when they're rehearsing of Cara and Tomara. And I'm pretty sure you see Dee Dee in the background too.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I would also love to see a group of honestly, Ginger, Kate, Vicki.
Okay.
Because that's just camp.
Oh,
And
Right.
I would honestly love to see that.
Yeah.
And then who does
Yeah.
that leave?
Michael,
Naomi,
Naomi,
and
and
Banksy.
Banksy.
Honestly, I
Oh,
could see
that's
Michael with Kate
With
and
Kate,
Ginger
that's what I was
too.
thinking too.
Sure.
Ginger, Kate, and Michael.
Yeah.
And then that
Sure,
will leave
okay.
Banksy, Naomi, and Vicki.
Okay. I could see either one, honestly.
Mm,
But
yeah. It's going to be good anyway. I can't wait.
It's usually very good when they do the girl group.
The Drag Race UK is kind of known for their girl group challenge.
Good.
But watch out for Philippines.
Watch out
Yeah.
for Philippines now,
Boosh.
but I'm saying
Mhm.
I'm if they're known for anything in the UK, it's great design challenges, honestly, and the girl group
Mhm.
is kind of where it's at. So
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
very, very excited for next week. But
Me too.
first, we have a draft update. And
Oh,
David
we're
and
so
Lana don't
invested
care
in
about
this.
this.
I was about to say, not in there.
Okay, yes, I'm invested in it. I'm doing
No,
well.
I was being sarcastic about me and Lana.
So
Yes,
we're
I
not
know.
invested
You're
in this.
so invested.
So
so
the really
invested.
so remember how bad I was doing in the Lamas draft and I was so far behind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not that way this time. Unfortunately, Kev is in dead last
Oh no.
because he has Naomi and Alexis.
Oh.
Ouch. Ouch.
So Kev is currently sitting at 8 points.
The 2 lowest scores of the whole
Mhm.
group.
The 2 lowest scores right now.
Okay.
In fourth place is literally there is a 1.5 difference between the top 4.
Whoa. Okay.
That's how wild it is right now. But Esme is in fourth with 13.5 points with Cara and Dee Dee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brandon is in third with 14 points with Kate and Banksy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in second with 14.5 points with Michael and Tomara. And Brooke is currently leading with 15 points with Ginger and Vicki.
Okay.
So,
Work.
but yeah, literally it's 15, 14.5, 14, 13.5.
That's crazy.
8. So Kev texted me as soon as the episode came out, and he was like, if there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's draft the first boot. Now 2 drafts in a row, he's drafted the first boot. Yeah.
Well,
But with all that being said, thank you so much for joining us for Drag Race UK. We'll be here all season talking about Drag Race UK. I'm very excited. First 2 episodes have been really good, so I'm very excited for this season. With that being said as well, make sure to subscribe because we are here talking all things Drag Race UK and all things Drag Race and drag programming in general right now. So do that, and if you hit all the buttons, and if you hit the dislike, go ahead and hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of our most up-to-date Cup news and our funny moments because we are some funny bitches. And while you're down in the description, you could also go get a roaming cup mug. It keeps roaming back and forth. Back and forth.
we're stupid. We're stupid.
And thank you for joining the Currently Unhinged podcast. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Oh, God.
We're stupid. Yep.
We are. Oh, boy.
are the
Bye.
Oh.